So it's time for our traditional end of season transfer special. Let's get some players moving. What's up guys, welcome back to episode number 60 of Passport to Poland. Yes, I actually checked what episode number we were on before I recorded, just for funsies. In today's episode we are going to be moving some players in, moving some players out, mostly out I think rather than in, but we'll see how it goes. However, we do have a slight spanner in the works because we're currently apparently in the process of a board takeover. We've had this threatened about every 6 months since we got here. I think this is the first time I've mentioned it on the channel. But yeah, we get it all the time, and I sort of pay no heed to it, but this one's been going on for about 2-3 months, so it might actually turn into a thing that we have to pay attention to. Also, we're on this screen. Akira Wright apparently is an icon, and yet I'm still just favoured personnel, having won 2 league titles, which I think makes me the most successful manager in club history, off the top of my head. Logically, you'd think it would, because that's our record there. That's a title, 2 titles and a runners-up. It doesn't look like it was any other period of, maybe this guy here, whoever that was. But yeah, I feel like we probably should be higher up the list. But you know, let's not get bitter. Let's talk about what we're going to be doing instead. So I had a look at the squad depth report just to see what it was we are shopping for as things go, and hopefully it will show me that screen at some point in the next 45 minutes. Things are getting a little bit slow on this save at the moment. Yeah, so this is the current squad depth report. I think I'm okay. I'm comfortable with strikers because aside from Wright, Davis and Sterling, Marchetti is back off loan soon. Samiet Talar is also back off loan very soon. We've also got Rossetti, we've got Deshal. We're pretty covered in the stakes of strikers. I could probably let Rossetti go if pushed, but we'll see how that goes. And Gassana Hadme I'll probably also try and find a new home for in the window. In attacking midfield, Izzy Brown is up there. Don't panic, Valdemar Liss is there. He's just not rated that highly as an attacking midfielder, which is interesting because he's also our record assist maker. But yeah, so we've got Brown, we've got Rakitic who can do it. Borges is out on loan, will come back. Valenzuela is also out on loan. I think he is due back fairly soon. I think I vaguely remember him being back from loan soon. He is back at the end of this season and the next season. But yeah, he's back in about a month's time, give or take. He has been out on loan at 1860 Munich, and he's actually had not the worst season of his life. So he might be in with a shout also. So in terms of this this spot as attacking midfielder, when we finally get back to the screen, I don't know why it's being so slow. I don't like it. It's driving me up the wall. We'll try and make it go a bit quicker. We've got obviously Paris Magoma we think of as being a central midfielder. We've got Izzy Brown there. We've got Valdemar Liss. We've got Borges, Valenzuela. Rakitic can also play up there, of course, because even Rakitic. And then we've got guys like Ethan Quimby. I'm probably going to let go out on loan at some point in the season. Ethan Quimby is another young American that we've got, although he doesn't actually officially join us until this, February, so he'll just be learning his trade. Mukanev, I'm going to try and move on. Omic, I'm probably going to try and get another season out on loan. Kasuki Honda obviously is retiring. Diego Gonzalez plays further back, etc., etc. Callum Parks might move on because he's not developing as well as I thought. I might try and extend his loan out as well. But yeah, there's a few players who might need to move on. Nicolas Nate is a guy who's coming in who's going to play a bit further back as well. So that's given us options there. But yeah, we've got some players there we could maybe sell on. I might have to sell Damien Gasker again, which would make me a horrible person. But frankly, he's reached his peak, and if we can get some money for him, we might have to. In central midfield, we're looking fairly good. Modric obviously is retiring, but still, obviously Finson is leaving us. So Magoma, Longstaff, and Gonzalez will be there. And if we go further down the depth chart here, we've got Fuat Asatakin, who I will probably use next season. George McEachran is around as well. So again, if you look to the bottom of here, Rakitic will keep for his mentoring. Nate is kind of a bit for the future, a bit to kind of fill in. Giovanni Sprissa, I will probably try and move on. Bargel, I want to get out on loan. that sort of thing is what's going on. Schwerman I'm going to try and sell as well because I don't see him having a future. Shish and Boran will stick around. Shish will stick around. Boran will be going as best I can make him go. And yeah, there's more players down here who are just not going to make the grade. So this guy, Zavrish Krij, I don't know. He's gonna go. And yeah, guys like Shapowski are gonna have to go out on loan. People like that. There's gonna be some movement in the central midfield as well. Defensive midfield, I'm actually fairly happy with as things stand. I've got Mbemba, who's just come back off loan at Hearts. He's not going to develop anymore, but he's also had a really good time while he's been at Hearts. He's been there for 2 seasons, and you can see he's had 5 goals for them in 43 appearances or whatever. Is that good math? It is good math. 5 goals in 43 appearances, not even including cups, where he still picked up a goal here and there as well. So yeah, he's been able to score goals. So we're going to keep him around for certain. He will replace Finson in that defensive midfield role. If someone irresistibly good comes up, then we'll bring him in. But if someone doesn't come up, then we're not going to panic too much. And also we've got Rico, we've got Salah coming back as well. And then you're further down the depth, and Danilic can fill in everywhere. He's sticking around. And then it's really kind of guys developing further back than that, who will keep trying to continue the development cycle of. So yeah, there's depth, but some people are definitely moving on. Left back, I think we're probably going to be okay. Reece Devine's the one who's actually first team ready. Obviously, Danilic can fill in there as well. He's quite happy to fill in pretty much anywhere. Makoviak is going to come back off loan, and we've also got Jedricic. These guys, and probably Furlong. In fact, if I can get a good offer for Makoviak might move on because he's no longer an under-22 player, and he's not going to develop any further. Same with Davis. I'm probably going to try and get him to move on. But yeah, I've got a couple of good young options coming through at left back that I'd quite like to try and develop while we can. Central defence, Guay, Gomez, Belodi all here next season. Danilic is still there. Israel Puerto is a question mark over whether I'll keep him or try and make some money. He is 29. Kevin Benitez is still about. Hezron Reed is still about, and I think they're both coming back for next season. So we should be able to bring them into the team as backups. We've assembled such a good squad here that actually it doesn't necessarily matter who. If we bring anyone in at all, I think we can still challenge for the title. And at right back, Felipe Cruz will be here all next season. Nico Williams will be here all next season for sure. Yestin Hughes, I'm extending his loan. Rashisha, I'll probably extend his loan, see what he can develop into if it gives me the option. And Delatka is there, so is Bujalski. So we're covered at fullback. I've got no problems at fullback. And then in goal, we've got an interesting thing because Fabianski obviously retiring. Sherpen is staying in goal. Broderson is going because he's just wanted by everyone. His contract's running out. Well, let me show you who he's wanted by, which is very annoying. Wanted by Braunschweig and Crotone. I don't see him sticking around. I don't see a good reason to keep him. I've tried him out a little bit. He wasn't what I hoped he'd turn into when I signed him to be. Bear in mind, when I signed him, I thought he'd be our first choice keeper as well. He's not done the best job for us. Wilson is going to have his loan extended for sure. And then this guy, Sarnowski, I don't know if you guys remember Joseph Sarnowski, came through our youth team. He's been playing for Monopoli in Italy this season. Not done too badly. They got relegated, but he's not done too badly for them. So I think I'm going to keep him around as the backup. And the reason I'm keeping so many young Polish players around is obviously we've got Champions League football. We've got a very limited number of players we can register, and some of those very limited number of players that we can register have to be Polish, so you know he's going to be someone we have to keep around, and I may as well use him as our backup goalkeeper for the European campaign alongside probably Bergstrom or Kuzma, depending on whether I move Bergstrom on loan or not. But we've got a lot of depth in goal, a lot of players looking to develop quite nicely. So yeah, we've got some big things happening, right, in terms of transfers going in, out, and shaking all about. These are the arranged future transfers. You can see Belodi, Makeka and Guay Sherpen already in. Nicholas Nate I've already covered, the guy who's coming from Stuttgart. Highly rated by our scouts. He's probably going to be once you take it all the guys retiring, probably our 6th or 7th best central midfielder. he's just a guy I've brought in for depth, and because he can naturally play Mazzala, which means we might get some good performances out of him. It's also good to have a left-footed player in there, because I don't think I have a single left-footed central midfielder, bar maybe Rakitic, I think. So yeah, just brought him in to be cover. It's 23. If he doesn't work, we'll sell him on and see if we make a profit. And these guys will all come in during the course of the season. So Quimby, he's currently at Arsenal's American youth team. I don't know why Arsenal have an American youth team. I didn't ask. But we'll see. We'll see how he comes along. He was looking. I scouted him a few years ago. I don't know why his scout report has disappeared. If we still any scouting report on him at all, it doesn't look like we do. Yeah, he looked like he was going to be quite good. So he's going to come in. Daniel Lopez as well is coming in in February as well as a striker. Again, I think he could turn into something quite special. So we'll see what he does. Going out, Daniel Spin is leaving us to join TSV Hartberg. He actually was player of the season in Austria on his loan this season, which is disappointing because he actually would have probably got into our team every so often this season, although he wouldn't have been a starter. It was fairer to let him move on. Kotovic was a striker I had really big hopes for, didn't really develop after a couple of loans out. You can see he's been at Tromso and Polonia Bytom. Yeah, didn't see him developing as well as he possibly could have done, so he's going to join Ingolstadt, and we made some good money for him. So that's not a problem. And then these guys, Pakula, Jakubiak, Svitala and Zareba are just youth teamers who were never going to make the grade. They're going. In terms of bids for players coming in, if I hide the inactive deals, we've got Yestin Hughes and Tomas Ramirez heading out on loan, hopefully, and Dalver Asanovic is going out on loan again because I don't think he's going to make it. I looked at him and I thought, is he worth bringing back? I don't think he's going to make it. I don't think we get any money for him because he's just not worth anything. So I thought we'll just see if he wants to extend his loan at Macclesfield, and then they're paying all his wages anyway. They can just take him, and we'll see what happens. But that's basically my plan. I've got a bunch of scouting going on for players that hopefully we'll see starting to come in towards the end of the window, or during the window at least. We're going to see who gets released and so on and so forth. We've got a few players out playing for the under-21s as well. So there's under-21 World Cup going on I think at the moment. So guys like Nico Williams are going to be playing at it, and Fatima Liss and a handful of others are going. So we'll keep a little eye on that just to see if anything interesting happens. In terms of potential departures, Sprissa, almost certainly, if I can find a way to get some money for him, is gone. That's in fact his contract is ending anyway, so that's fine. He can just go. That's not something I'm going to cry over. Bargel will be moving on for sure. We're also expecting, I say expecting, bids to come in for Akiari Wright, which will be a big thinker if the money is right. A lot of clubs have been circling him for a while, so we'll see who sticks around. But yeah, just that's the June 1st update. Let's go forward to July 1st and see what's occurring then. So it's slightly earlier than planned, but this popped up just while I was going through some news items. We have this was the takeover that is currently ongoing, upgoing, downgoing, whatever's going. Essentially, we've got takeover interest from consortiums backed by Alexander Kiselev, Adam Manziara, as well as another group fronted by Magnus Smeby, who have kicked off proceedings by declaring their name Tomasz Kafarski as their manager. Tomasz Kafarski has achieved almost nothing. His winning, nope, not a single trophy. So if they fire us for this guy, prepare for me to just laugh. Also, Luka Modric has hung up his boots and become a coach. But yeah, we're just waiting to see what will happen, and as soon as something does happen, I'll bring us back for it. So yeah, stick around. Okay, it's July 1st. We are back with the first business day of the transfer window, and actually it's been really quiet so far. These 5 guys, I think you knew were coming in already. I'll sort out their training camps and squad numbers in a second. They were all here last year except Nicholas Nate, and the fans seem pretty happy about us getting them. We had an issue with Keziah Sterling because I sold Peter Peder. Peter Peder went to Lecce for a princely fee of 150,000, which is not bad for a guy who was probably not going to make the first team. The other transfer that, the other transfers that have happened so far this season, if we can ever get to them, Nolan Mbemba is on his way out because I didn't realise he was 28 years old, and I got offered 325k for him, and that was a no-brainer. So we might have to find a replacement for him. I'm looking around, and that's just the outs. Looking at the ins, you'll see like there's a few players I've offered things like trials to, and just looking at various people just to see what I can maybe make happen. But once they come in, I will let you know what happened. But in terms of the outs, Lagi Ramazzani has left us for 120,000 to Leyton Orient. He played a few games for us. Don't know how many he played in total. 3 games for us in the league in total, all as subs. So not a big appearance maker for us, but he put on Leyton Orient for the last 2 years. I thought it was probably time just to sell him on, and we've made quite a good profit from him for a guy we got for nothing. So I'll take that. Daniel Spin left, which we knew. These guys we knew, and I think actually that's everything we knew otherwise. Yeah, it's been a weird window. I put in bids for a couple of central defenders that were running out of contract at Ajax, and they turned me down. A whole bunch of random players turned me down. I couldn't get anyone to come and join us. I'm not sure about the guys here. Diaz is a left back that we're looking at. We had him scouted a while ago. He looks like he could do the business for us. We're still scouting him, but yeah, he looks like he could be a potentially quite high quality left back. So we're looking at bringing him in. Monchu is a guy released by Barcelona, who again looks like he's got a touch of quality and can fill that defensive midfield role quite handily. So he might be a guy that comes in for us if we're lucky. And I think there was one other guy, but I can't find him on there. So we'll see what happens. It's not been a big movement window so far, which is a bit disappointing. But we'll see what we can make happen. We're gonna come back literally because the Champions League draw happened not so long ago. So we're playing Dundalk in 11 days' time in game time. So yeah, we're gonna come back for the Dundalk game. That's pretty much my plan. So yeah, stick around. Well, I say come back for it. We'll play it in the next episode, but we're gonna come back just before it and see if anything has changed. This might be our quietest window ever. Okay, so it's the day of the first Champions League game, and we're in a massive pile of trouble. John Davis has just joined LA Galaxy for 3.1 million because I forgot that he had a release clause, and I couldn't get rid of it, and I couldn't stop him going, and I couldn't talk about going. Anyway, he's gone, and he's gone for 3.1 million, and then he's walked off with like 1.5 million. So that went badly. On the plus side, I should have, you know, some money to reinvest in replacing him, which is, you know, a positive. I've got 1.2 million to replace him with, which is great news, except for I've also got 7 hours to do it in. You couldn't make it up, but actually I can't register him anyway. But we're going to kind of wrap up this window here, because why not? In fact, while I'm looking at that, let's cancel that, because that's not going to happen now. Vaclav Deshal cannot leave. I need the strikers. So, what we've missed in terms of coming in since the 1st of July, I brought in this guy Michael Hughes, a Barbadian striker who is 18 years old and is going to develop into something very, very special. I need to start working out if I'm going to trade him as an advanced forward, as a pressing forward, but we'll see how he turns out. He might turn into something good. Ian Crudo has come in. He is an Argentine left back who maybe could turn into something, but probably won't. He'll probably just turn into profit. And then Filip Karbowy is coming because I had a space for a Polish player in my squad when I registered it, and so I thought this guy is the best of what's been released. I'll take him. He's not a great player by any stretch of the imagination, but he's had a fairly solid old career, so I thought we'd just take him and see what he turns into. Going out has been interesting. So Simon Shish has joined Radomiak, who got relegated last season, but he was not qualifying as an under-22 player this year, so he had to go and find somewhere else to play, so he's gone to Radomiak. Lorenzo Rossetti has joined Vicenza for £71,000. I sold him because he's not like one of our first choice strikers, although he has performed a little bit when he's played for us. But he's also 28 and I just didn't see a future for him, so I let him go. Lewis Longstaff has joined Salford for the season for loan, so he will be playing in League One, which will be an interesting thing to keep an eye on, because that's roughly our level. Tavonge Rashisha has joined Charlton again. They're in League One. They're roughly at our level. He played for Blackpool last year. Keep an eye on him, see if he develops any. Also, Nicolas Paz has gone to Huracán Las Heras, which I presume is an Argentine club. He has gone to the Argentine second division. Be good to give him a year of some football, and we'll see what he becomes, because he's got some big potential. Gaston Gomez, his compatriot, has gone to Wiesbaden, which is in the Zwei Bundesliga. Again, he might have a big future, so we're going to keep an eye on him. Nolan Mbemba finally left for his 325 to Slovaco, which was, not a bad deal for a guy we brought in on a free, and was 28. So we've made a good profit there. Bradley Wilson has joined Erzgebirge Aue, which I think is how you pronounce that, because Erzgebirge Aue sounds about right. The sad thing is I speak German, I still can't figure that out. They're in the Zwei Bundesliga, which is again roughly around our level, so we'll see if he develops at all. Steve Parsons, who was an American we brought in I think last season, wasn't developing, wasn't going anywhere, so he's gone for a few £1,000, £5,000 to Gornik Zabrze, so we may come up against him. Thomas Bakari has joined Katowice on a season-long loan. I think they're in the first division. They are, just to give him a chance to play some first-team football and develop. Damien Gasca has gone to join Monza, probably the last time he'll leave the club. He was surplus to requirements, so I let him go. Even Rakitic has gone to Ferevar in Hungary because he was not able to be registered because I had to pick my best players. His mentors aren't as great as I thought they were, so it's fine. He's not a huge loss, and they're paying his wages. Then John Davis has gone. So, we're going to come back tomorrow, and we're going to play the Dundalk game. Obviously, if I bring anyone in, we'll remove all the players who are unavailable while I remember it. If we bring anyone in to replace him, then you will find out before we play the game, because I'm just going to kind of skip forward to that now. But there's going to be some interesting things happening. For example, Josef Starnowski may have to play in goal because Kjell Sherpen isn't fit, which is only slightly terrifying given that he isn't really one of our top keepers, but everyone else is either not registered or not at the club. So we'll see how that goes. Right, let's wrap up the episode, because why not? Otherwise this is going to go crazy long. Thank you for watching, guys. As always, I've been Chasing Lamely. Social medias is down there. Please hit me up on the socials. Like and subscribe down there, because this is going to be our best season ever. I'm aiming for the Champions League group stage. I think we can do it. And until next time, guys, as always, I've been Chasing Lamely. Have a good one.